Alright, let's see. People want the mid lane build. Let's make one. Create. This one will be called Mid Lane Gragas Item Purchase Guide. Let's see. Starting items for mid lane. The same as top. This mana HP potions and where is it? A warding trinket. That's it. And then first recall. It's rare to have enough for a catalyst, but usually all you could get is these two. If you have any spare cash, you should buy a ward and a health or mana potion, or both. Depending on their jungler, you might not need a ward because your E is, you'll rarely use it, and it's a good escape. It's a really good escape. The only thing that would really beat your E would be a Jarvan or a Vi or something that RCCs. Unlike Kha'Zix, where he could just slow you if he ganks you. You could just slide out of that unless he's like blocking your path somehow. Usually you'll be safe since mid lane is such a small lane, short lane. Unlike top where it's a long path, mid lane's easier to escape from ganks, depending who the jungler is. That's the first recall. Second recall, wait, actually, sometimes you have money for both of them. You could, if you're really confident in your Q skill shots, you could just buy this blasting wand. So it's these two or a blasting wand. But then you'll need to buy mana potions for sure, because you will have mana problems. Some mana potions, 1 health, maybe 2 mana potions, and a ward possibly. And then second recall. If you could get a catalyst right away, you should. I'll throw that in there. So it's these two, this one, or a blasting one. And if you can't get both of them, just choose one. Usually I go Sapphire Crystal and just try to farm from a distance. And then after that, by the second recall, I usually have a catalyst, maybe a blasting one at the same time. And then I buy wards, health potions, or mana potions. Usually first recall you don't have much. Unless you score a kill, you could get a complete catalyst, or a blasting wand and maybe one of these crystals. And then third recall. Third recall, you should have your Rod of Ages by then. Rod of Ages, complete. And after this, you have to choose a boot. Which boots you get? Let's see, where is it? Movement. Oops, boots. Buy a boot. You could get one on the second recall if you have some spare cash, but it might delay your Rod of Ages. Once you have both of these, it's like 740? Yeah, I think it's 740. Or boot choices, Lucidity, or Sorcerer Boots. One of those. Once again, this will boost your power by a really noticeable amount compared to these. These aren't as strong, but it's overall useful since no CDR purchases at all when you go mid lane. Unless you have to purchase a Morellonomicon, then you could just go Sorcery Boots. And then after those purchases, let's see, item purchase order. Alright, so you have this, oops, this, and then boots. I always prefer the CDR, I don't know why, it's just so good. Then after this, you usually rush Rabadon's death cap, but if you don't, if you feel you need to reduce someone's healing, You could buy, whatchamacallit, Morellonomicon. It is so good. 80 AP, 20% CDR. CDR on Gragas is like so useful. Because he has really long cooldowns for a caster. And yeah. But then usually you'd substitute these boots instead of these boots if you're getting a Nomicon. But that's possible. Yes, too many boots. Alright. So you buy this first, and you choose a boot, and after you get your boots, you choose your next item. Rabadons. Usually Rabadons. It could be Abyssal. If you really feel like you need to be tanky, this provides damage too since it reduces their MR. Then after this, you go for the power spike. Where is it? The Lich. The Lich Bane. Once you have these two items, it's either game over or it's really late in the game, because these are very expensive items. 2800, 3300, 3000, 3000, 3000, 3000, almost 3000. But this is the last item right here, Void Staff. Let's see, that's 4 items. There's 6 items, right? Yeah, there's 6. 3, 4, 5. Last item. Zonias, of course. Where the hell is it? Right there. Full complete item build. You could do it in this order though. Or this order. Or this order. But usually you'll need to get Void Staff as a 5th item. Always a 5th item. But if you want more power, you get a Lich Bane instead of Hourglass. But if you want more whatchamacallit, tankiness, you get a Zonias. And yeah. Or if you're against like a... Actually, no, you don't need... you could get this first. Right after you finish your Rod of Ages. Like if you're against a Zed and you feel like you need this, or some extra armor, you could purchase it right here. Or, I don't know about getting it first since it delays your Rod of Ages. The sooner you get this, the better. But yeah. And this is the build order. For me, it's like this. This exact order. After I get Rabadons, I try to get my Lich Bane. After I get my Lich Bane, I go for the Void Staff. But sometimes I need to go in this order. Sometimes I won't have enough money for a Lich Bane. It's just way too much money. And then I just get the Void Staff. If we have too much AP and they're all buying Magic Resist, you'll need a Void Staff. But once you get a Lich Bane, you will notice so much power. Your W will do like 800 damage. Like that alone. Like holy crap. That's OP as hell. And mid lane Gragas is my favorite Gragas. Because it is just ridiculous damage. And I heard they're buffing him again. Earlier they buffed his barrel. Where is it? Abilities? Yeah, they increased the slow duration by 10%. I heard they're gonna buff him again, but I don't know what they're gonna do to buff him. And now the skill maxing order. Max Q, max W, max E, and get R whenever it's available. Simple leveling skill order. Q is always a first max. Because you're mid lane, and when you use runes, my runes are similar to this. Sometimes I replace these with CDR. Wait, that's not that one. Wait, what's the difference? Oh, this one's more flat AP. You could do it like that. Usually I have some CDR, but I can't find it. This is the problem with too many runes. Can't find my runes. But usually, yeah, these are the basics. Basic mid lane runes for almost every range mid lane champ. But the thing about Gragas is that he might be melee range and have no early game resistance from runes and stuff. He's one of the few champs to actually get MR per level. Like if you play Syndra or Soraka, you won't get any MR per level. But Gragas gets armor and MR per level. So that helps mid lane by itself. So you can just grab health per level. You become a late game semi-tank, I guess. You could actually replace these per level with like CDR. I think 5% is enough. You could go to straight up 7%. But it weakens your early game. Oops, right here. And flat AP. Let's see, CDRAP. I don't think I have one yet. But I like these runes because 7.5, and then when you do masteries, where is it? Nope, not that one. This one. You get 5% from this as well. So 7 and 5%, that's like what? 12? 12.5%. And when you get lucidity boots, that's 15. That's like 27%. That's really good. And you get a blue buff at the same time. I think blue buff is 10. So 37%. And if it's late game, end game, you'll buy the potion. Where is it? Consumables, elixir of sorcery. This gives another 10%? Oh no, it doesn't. Oh, I thought it gave CDR. I guess not. I was pretty sure it did. What? That can't be right. What? What? How come there's only one consumable? Oh, there we go. Oh, there is no CDR consumable. I guess not then. Either way, 37%. That's more than enough. And right here, 7.5. Useful. About 12% right away. Almost 13% right away at level 1. And yeah, that's Gragas mid lane. It's very simple. And how you play him is, where the hell is he? Right here. Abilities. How you play him is you just barrel them. That's it. Barrel them. Throw it at them and pop it. Anytime. And bam. Damn it. So loud. Sometimes you could body slam into them. And you know how body slam, where is it? Stuns them right here. You lay a barrel under them, and if they're still standing on it, you let the barrel increase in damage. Right here. Where is it? Oh, it doesn't tell you that it increases in damage, but it really does. If you could get it to go red, holy crap, that's like super uber strong. Usually you body slam into them, you barrel them, you let the barrel sit, and if they stay under it long enough, you just pop it when they're about to get out of the circle. Some people just stand there like, oh, I'm already gonna take damage, might as well just stand still. But then it just sits under them and gets stronger. And when it turns red, that's the burst. So much chunk. And later in the game, if you go raw glass cannon, you just Q first and then R right after. That should take about 60% of their life. This thing right here. Drunken Rage. If they have 0 magic resist and you got your whole complete item, you could do 60% with just this skill alone. You just E, W, Q. 1 kill. You'll rarely need the R. Sometimes you might. if they buy MR. And yeah, that's the Gragas. And that's it for the mid laner.